Hi, my name is Safia. I'm a helicopter captain and I like to walk really long distances up really high mountains. Yeah, I just like to go places, do new things. People ask me why I like mountaineering. I like mountaineering because I'm going to be walking up somewhere that I probably will never go again, and I get to see something different. I like freedom. Like when I start feeling like I'm trapped, I get really, really anxious. In fact, I one of my fears is being locked in a public toilet when I use the bathroom because I feel like, oh my God, I can't open this door. It's very stupid, but I'm just a normal person, to be very, very honest with you. And I'm not the strongest, the bravest, the fastest, the best at anything, but I am just very consistent. I just keep going, even when I'm told no. In 2013, Kilimanjaro was all the rage. Everybody was going to Kilimanjaro. And I was living in Abu Dhabi at the time. I was, there are a couple of mountain ranges here, and I climbed one before I went away. But the most training I did was in a stadium on some stairs. My mind took me up that mountain, not my body. Like I was like, I'm getting to the top if I have to crawl to the top, and I did. Over the years since then, I have scaled smaller mountains than Kilimanjaro and a lot of volcanoes. I love volcanoes. I had it at the back of my head that I wanted to end up in Antarctica. So I started in Central America and I was going to make my way down. Why Antarctica? This is one of the things I like about social media. I have a love-hate relationship with social media, and I tend to use it to follow the people that I am inspired by. And I saw somebody had gone to Mount Vinson. I had no idea you could even do that. Like I had never heard about it, researched it. So I did my own research. I decided I wanted to do it. It would have been my second of the 7 summits, the 7 highest peaks on each continent. And that is generally how I decided. And I wrote it in my diary that I wanted to do it. But when I got to the top of Mount Vinson, I had the Trinity flag, of course, and to save different images in my bag, I actually stitched the name of my hometown behind it. So I just flipped it around and there was the word Beach. So growing up in Beach, like even though like we were literally surrounded by trees, it was like living in a forest. Sometimes you'd wake up to like the howler monkeys, and they were extremely loud. And I didn't really appreciate growing up there until I got older, because I just wanted to like get out. I wanted to see the world. I was bored. I was like at one point when my baby brother was born, he had like the baby wipes, and they used to come in like big packages, and I used to take all my dad's spare change, like only 1 cent and 5 cents, and put it in. And then I read a book that if you spread like gold coins, little marigolds grow. So I went and I spread all this money in the yard, like that's how like I lived in like this little bubble. The house I was born into, the very first house, my dad built it. We didn't have, we had a little balcony, a little wooden balcony, but there wasn't any like barrier. And I actually fell from that house twice. So once as a baby and once as I was trying to like push an umbrella out to catch the rain. So I always say like my first 2 flights were in that house. So I was born to fly, right? When I come to Trinidad, like a lot of people say, I don't see you, because I'm just home. I'm just literally home in a hammock, enjoying like the peace and quiet and the birds. You get old when you enjoy birds. And it was a very quiet place to grow up. I really enjoy quiet. I don't like noise, which is contrary, because I work as a helicopter pilot, but I like peace and I like silence. And I think that comes from growing up in Beach. People ask me, what do you miss the most about Trinidad? First of all, I miss obviously the people. I miss the interactions. I miss speaking in my own accent. Because when you're working with different nationalities, you people don't understand what I'm saying. Sometimes you have to like modulate how you speak. I miss just talking, like I would normally, and the food and just the green, like where even if you're in the town, like you see so much green in Trinidad. I miss that. I miss nature. If I complete the 7 summits, that would be amazing. But if I don't complete the 7 summits, that will be okay as well. I will always have Antarctica, you know, I'll always have Kilimanjaro. I want to do some of the smaller ones, maybe Mount Everest one day. Nobody from Trinidad has summited Mount Everest. So, and I also hope to like encourage like Trinis who want to do things like this as well. Like, and I just want to say, like, you don't have to go hiking in Europe. You can go to Central and South America. It's closer, it's cheaper. And you can learn the skills necessary there as well. Like I said, thanks to my mom and my brother, my mom Cinti and my brother Omar, because I don't ever tell them when I'm doing things like this. I tell them after, because I don't want them to worry about me. Like when I went to Mount Vinson, I told my brother I was going hiking in South America. I was kind of ambiguous. And I know like I know they will worry. I would like when my flight was delayed, my mother was calling me like every day, like, are you still there? I'm like, it's not like I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like I have people around me. I'm okay. So they're both of them. You know, they do have to put up with a lot. And my husband, he has always been so encouraging. You know, financially, mentally, he's always there. He didn't go to Antarctica with me. I went by myself, but he flew to Chile and he waited for me to come back, you know. It is always good to have a good support system, because it's you know, I have cried many times in my tent, whether feeling, you know, like I was weaker than my team, or just, you know, when I'm really tired, I cry. It's just what I do. And it's just good to know you're coming home to a good support system. When I started this journey for Vinson, again, it took so much out of me mentally and physically and financially. And I had to ask myself, like, I had to go, like, why are you doing this? Are you doing this for recognition? Or are you doing this for yourself? And I had to say, you know what? If nobody cares, it would still be okay for me. It would have still been fine that I did it. I knew I did it. And when I put it out on my Facebook, I could not believe, I still can't believe how much people have responded to it. And I, you know, all I wanted to do was like show, because growing up in Beach, you know, people make fun of you, you're behind God's back, you live in, you know, it's like you're a country bookie, you're a bush girl, you're not gonna amount to anything. And I just want to show not just people from Beach, but anybody, that it doesn't matter where you are, where you're from, who your parents are, what your last name is, you can do whatever you want to do. You just have to put your mind to it.